Hi guys, all of my viewers, I'm back again. This is Derek from New York City. Well, today I'm going to be having a discourse and I'll be keeping it real. And my discussion today will be based or hinges around manliness and what it is to be a man. Because I've been seeing and hearing a lot of confused men and young boys that seem to be confused and doesn't really know who or what they are. What is expected of them as men, as young men or manly men. Well, I've got some news for you. Those who are in my age group, older, younger, adolescent, and those who are about to shed some feathers down below. As we say in our old days, when you start showing hair in your pubic area, your mom and dad would say like you're seeing feathers. Well, for those young men who are now seeing feathers, listen up. Manliness is very simple. If your mother never taught you what it is, or your father never taught you, or some male father figure never taught you anything about manliness, let me just tell you what I think it means and is. I never had a father, a biological father. I never knew my father. I had a mother who was never there for me. She was never at home. She was addicted to horse racing, and she was at a horse racing betting shop all day. So I grew up literally on my own with 4 sisters. But I got instructions from older fellas within the environment, like neighbors and older guys, because I joined the scout movement. As a young man, I was a wolf cub, then I became a scout. And in those days when I was young, it was felt that young men should be exposed to the scout and the cub movement. It will help to build character. You learn to do manly things that boys do. You learn civic society, what men are expected to do, and it help you to mature as a young man and learn to work with others, cooperate within the community, and cooperate within the community at large, and how to be a responsible person. So I learned these things basically in the Scout movement. I joined the National Service when I became an older man or an adult, a paramilitary, and I work in the hinterland doing work for the state and the government and for the community at large in a paramilitary sense. So I learned all those things through those organizations. But the basic thing is, to be a man, whether you're a young man coming up, you must be respectful of yourself. Your seniors, and I say seniors, those older than you, whether it's your peers, your school people, tutors, your employers, your pastors, priests, anyone that is older than you must by nature be respectful to them because they're older and wiser in many ways than you are. Not that they know everything that you do, but because by virtue of their age and experience, they are wiser in some things than you are. That's why you are expected to be respectful to them, listen to them. You don't have to accept or believe whatever they say, but give them some attention, pay attention when they're speaking to you. Ask questions if you're curious about what they say. Ask for clarification. But listen most of the time, and you will learn a great deal. As a young man, you're supposed to speak your truth. Always be truthful in what you say and what you feel. Sometimes it hurts for others, even your buddies, to hear it. But for your own self-worth and credibility, you're expected to be truthful most of the time. We all have to do a little white lie now and then to save face or to save a situation from getting worse. And these things we know, we learn as we go along. Every day we learn when to use those little white lies to not allow a situation to evolve into something terrible. Those things you learn along the way. But by and large, overall, you should be truthful to yourself and to others at all times. Thirdly, honesty is the best quality any human could have, man or woman or child. Honesty. Don't steal. Do not covet what other people have. Do not crave what others have. Whether it's your friends, your sisters, your brothers, your cousins, your uncles, aunts, your employer, or your buddies. Do not crave what they got. They might have better than you. It might be more expensive. It might be more than you have in volume. But they got those because whatever reasons they have it, they came by it, they've gotten it. You be thankful and grateful for what you have. If it is in faith for you to get something more to add to what you need, you will get it. You work for it and you aspire to achieve it. Do not steal or crave what somebody else has. They may not have acquired it honestly. They might have steal or kill for it too, but you don't know. So why envy them? The Christian Bible says, do not covet your neighbor's wife or do not covet your neighbor's goods. You know, you don't have to believe in the Bible or the Quran, but some of the words in there are wise. Do not covet what your neighbor got. Do not covet your neighbor's wife or husband. Do not covet your neighbor's goods or property. Like your neighbor mean your wife, your sister, his brother, his uncle, his aunt, his nephew, his niece, his property, all those things that belongs to someone else. You can call them a neighbor, your friend, or whatever. Do not covet it. Do not wish that it was yours. Do not steal it. Those are things a young man must learn to accept, to be manly. Fourthly, I think, this is the fourth one. Be punctual at work, and if you make a promise to meet someone, be there on time. If possibly, make sure you're 5 minutes before the time appointed, and be there, the first to be there. If it's a date, whatever it is, you be first online, you be first in time. It gives respect. It teaches them that you're a man or woman of principle. If you keep your word and you're on time. It doesn't matter if the other person doesn't come on time, you were on time. And you can hold it against the other person. I was here on time. You were not. So you've got one over them. And they've got to respect your principle. And the final one, which is more broad-based. You dress or wear whatever you feel that makes you feel good with yourself. Fashion changed by the day and by the hour in the world today. I've got clothes I've never worn. I've got clothes in my closet I wore you once. And every time I put it on, it looks like it's something new. You know why? Because I don't wear it often. So whenever I put something on, it looks like it's new. But I've got it for donkey years, as we would say when I was a kid. I've got a long time, but I do not wear my clothes irresponsibly. I carry them. Why? Because they cost money, and it was expensive for me to buy them. So I have to take care of them. So cherish what you have, take care of what you have. Wear what you have with regard to the price it costs you to attain them. If you didn't buy it, if you were given to you as a gift, be appreciative of those who gave it to you as a gift. And cherish it the same as if you bought it yourself. Wear it with pride. It doesn't matter the cost of it, wear it with pride and appreciate it. When you earn your money, you don't have to tell everybody or whoever how much you earn. That's your personal private affair. Pay your bills if you have to pay bills. If you have to contribute in the home towards expenses, do so willingly. Save your money. Those who can afford to save something, put aside some small piece every week or month, every time you get paid, because it adds up. Every cent, every penny, every dollar adds up over time. If you save $1 a week, at the end of the year it will be $52. 52 weeks in a year, you'll have $52 there in your little piggy bank. And that is only $1 a week. So you see how it adds up. $1 a week is 52 weeks a year. $52 at the end of the year you will have saved up. Practice saving. It doesn't matter how small it is, save something. Put something aside. As we say when I was a kid, for a rainy day, for a day when some emergency comes up and you need money at hand right away. There's something decided that you had saved you can spend. All those are qualities for a young man to cultivate. Respect for self, respect for community, respect for your elders. If you're qualified to vote, you're expected to cast your vote at the polls privately. And it's also your choice to vote or not to vote. So don't feel guilty if you don't vote. And don't feel obligated that you have to vote because the people or friends are telling you must vote. If the candidates that are contesting the election for whatever position you don't like,